Okay, well, let's go ahead and work on this lower half. I drew a few lines where the creases are um, in the lower eyelid itself. It seems to have a pattern where it goes from the bridge of the nose, in an arc up towards the eyeball, and then eventually kind of flattens out the closer you get to the bottom of the eyelid here. You don't have to really make it dark right now, because we'll do that part later. I guess just remember where all the lines are. But this is the typical pattern that I see when drawing eyes. Been watching some videos from hyperrealism artists, and it seems like we have similar techniques for getting realism down. Mine, on the other hand, I'm more limited in the tools that I'm using, or the tools I'm choosing to use. So I need to get an electric eraser for one, and two, I need to get a different kind of paper, because this is not the correct paper for me to be using, but for now it'll have to do. I do like this paper better than the other one that I was using, because the other one that I was using was vellum, and that was way too rough to work with. So, I stopped using that. I might use it for some nature drawings, maybe. Or maybe I can experiment with graphite powder, because I do want to do some astronomy drawings, because I have some ideas. But, we'll see. Again, sorry my voice is so low. I speak low normally. I don't project. Even my yells are pretty low, I would say. Like, in comparison to what I've heard other people yell like. I'm gonna try and draw some areas where there might be white, mainly because these areas will be raised and hitting a light source. So, kind of shading around those areas. Might go back and accentuate them with some lines, but for now this will have to do. Someone commented, an artist friend of mine, he commented that I do have hyperrealism down. It's just, I have my own style of doing it. I would say not quite. Photorealism maybe, but hyperrealism, no. That is still a ways away. I've done photorealism for a while, and even then I still lacked a lot of contrast in my drawings, mainly because I've been drawing with one pencil. So this is me actually just being lazy. I didn't feel like going back and forth on pencils and trying to get everything right. So there's that. Part of me is debating if I should even bother going out tonight, but I spent so much money on Ubers and everything. I have literally spent probably in 2 months what I spent in 8 months, typically. That is scary. I do need to hone it down. I will start to hone it down, but I'm still gonna spend probably till my birthday, which is in another month. So granted, my bank account will take a hit, but it's for my own sanity, and I'm fine with it. Excuse me. But yeah, normally for doing drawings without blending, I shade in circles, so that way any mistakes I make will be easily covered up by just shading over that area, and shading over my mistakes. Usually when you do cross-hatching, it's kind of hard because you can draw in an area of the paper, and one part of your hatch may be darker than the others, and that's hard to cover up, because then now you have to go over that one dark line with a bunch of other dark lines to cover it up. So it's not as easy. And I guess notice here I'm just applying one layer of shading before I go back over this and start to darken some areas. But yeah, typically this is how I draw an eye. I just start with the tear duct, work my way to the eyeball, iris, and then from there I work on the lid, the eyelid, and go from there. Kind of showing a little bit of patterning here. That diamond shaped pattern you see in eyes. So I started drawing recently because of my whole breakup, and it's helped a little bit because I think it's made me realize who I am. Is that I feel like I'm just an artist, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean it in like I feel like my degrees were just a way of covering up who I wanted to be, because society obviously doesn't seem to value art as much because artists don't make enough to live. And I saw that and I just realized, well, this isn't going to be very feasible for me. So, I switched to physics and astronomy, and I thought that would lead me to a better career path. But instead, I was kind of left at a crossroads, dead end, so to say, and it made me angry. It made me lash out at everyone, people that I loved, people that I still love, people who never deserved it. And it just sucks the way our minds work. When we're in pain, we don't seek comfort. Some of us don't. We just seek to push people away. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we don't want to bring that pain onto other people. Maybe it's because we know that we're just not right in the mind, like right in the head, and we just have to keep our distance until we feel like we're okay enough to be with the person again. Don't know. Well, that you can't see the detail, but there's slight variations in the wrinkles here, so I'll have to go back over and darken them. But yeah, this is effectively how I do realism and photorealism, working my way up to hyperrealism, but that is a bit of a challenge. And it's a good challenge, something for me to strive for. Hoping by the end of the year I can at least get maybe one hyperrealism drawing in, but I'm not going to try and push it, because obviously that is a whole process in itself, and you can't rush the process. And sorry for the, times I'm going quiet, I'm just concentrating. Yeah, I think I'll just finish this eye tonight, maybe the rest of the nose, work on the mouth tomorrow. I know Tuesday a friend, well, I wouldn't say friend, I would say more acquaintance. We're still kind of getting into, that friend zone. But he wants to meet up at a coffee shop to talk about his idea. So I'm all ears, but I'm not really expecting much because this is a guy who wants to propose his idea to Netflix. So I hope it would be a good idea. But then again, Netflix also they have weird selections nowadays. I don't know what compelled them to make certain selections that they got backlash for, but yeah. Anyway, I think I will end it here, and this is my process for drawing a realistic eye. Hopefully, I can figure out a way to get the camera closer so you can see all the details. I mean, you can't really see much right now. Maybe I can also buy better lights. And yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching. And hopefully you got something out of this. And hope you have a good night.